SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
So interesting. Hello. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. As soon as I loaded the game up, I immediately had a thought. So I guess I'll find out what this thought is. Hello.
Hey, her Innocence Dolores Day liked little figurines, right? Liked holding little men between her fingers, remember?
Reaction speed. I don't think it counts as reaction speed if you wait until several full days later and then suddenly speak up after I was staring at a window for 30 minutes. What? No, I don't remember anything. I don't want to think about this. Goodbye. I'm not discarding the thought because I'm curious, but okay. What?
You have the Headless Falcon Rider figurine. You should give it to her. Win her back.
What? Look around. Win who back? I can't win her back. She's a long-dead historical figure. I should, yes. This is a task of mine now. Forget about this. Discard thought. Let's look for more information. What?
Don't be so pessimistic. Love doesn't die that easily.
Right, but she's not my ex-wife, actually, though.
This isn't funny. You have a bad feeling about this one.
Okay. But, like... Okay, I mean, my brain is just doing weird stuff, but if I forget about the thought, then I'll never find out... Does it matter? It seems not particularly relevant to anything, but they included it in the game. I'm really curious what it means by that. That also might be the only reason that I had the opportunity to buy the Rider figurine. Sure. I guess that's a task of mine now. Why not?
So very, very, very nifty. Nifty and mysterious. This is surely what the figurines are for.
Sure. I guess that's what the figurines are for. Sounds good. Offer figurines to Dolores Day. How many? One's not enough? It says figurines. Let's see. Dolores Day was fond of figurines. She deserves more. You should offer her any and all you have one day if you meet her in person. What an odd task to give yourself, but here we are. I have to meet her in person? She lived 300 years ago. What an odd task to give myself, but here we are. Right, the assault victim. Right, I do have to do that eventually. But I'm distracted. I'm in a church. And I gotta talk to this woman over here. That's what we're gonna do to begin with. But then suddenly my brain was going on about figurines and Dolores Day, and who knows even. I should probably put away the flashlight before I accidentally just shine this directly in her eyes the entire time, huh? I'll get my bag out. That's classy. Everybody loves the bag. Kim, you probably shouldn't stand quite that close behind her. Let me reposition us. There we go. That's more like it. Thank you, Kim. Okay, so hi.
What is it?
The woman is still hunched over the keyboard, gently illuminated by the purring machine. I didn't break anything, did I? Hey, are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered by any chance? Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here? Nothing, I'll let you work. This is relevant, but this is also relevant. Did I break anything?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
It does not look like a big loss to hers. Okay, good. So, are you the lead programmer of We're All Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or, no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She thinks to herself. That's dead, huh? Suna, the programmer, by the way. I think I probably saw that earlier, but I didn't really register it. It's dead. So then what are you doing now, I wonder?
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Okay. Not surprised to be recognized, just sad. All right. Strangely, despite the fact that I said that and recognized who she was, now I have no option but to ask her who she is and what she's doing here, so I guess I'll do that.
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
She seems to be giving me her resume for some reason. It's pronounced Sona, apparently. Sona, got it. Thank you.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turns back to the terminal. Have you seen the Crab Man? Why are there so many machines in this place? What are you doing in an abandoned church? How do you feel about anodic dance music? How do you feel about manufacturing large quantities of drugs? Right, I'll let you work in peace now. Crab Man?
No.
But you know he's around.
Yes.
He's seen you. Wait, he's seen you? He must have seen you. It sounds like you're not worried about him at all. He has seen you.
And?
And the Crabman has seen you! Okay, it's probably not a big deal then.
I don't care. I don't care about crabmen.
She barely looks up, now tinkering with the machine's printer. Okay, continue.
Wow, she really doesn't. Not afraid, this one.
Not in the least. Fair enough. I mean, he seems fairly innocuous, if a bit weird. So why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
I already touched everything. Why do you need an antenna? Point to it. What are you doing with your radio computer? What about those bowls of water over there? Right, I'll try not to touch anything. Next question. Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
RAIN Prefect, that's your radio computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that antenna is its processing unit.
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
She sighs. She has stopped working now. No, I'm a master circuit bender. I know everything. Not really. I know a little. I don't really know much about anything in this world, to be honest. So eager to discuss my memory problems. I know a little.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
Wait, what's on air? That's what I was wondering. And the AR1, is it a good antenna? They perform operations up on air. Explain, please.
On the front, the unified front of radio waves, licensed and controlled by Lintel in the East Insulindic region.
She's definitely acting like this should be common knowledge. Continue.
It's all around us. That's what on air means.
She waves her hand. Okay, sure. Sounds good.
Like love.
Sure, conceptualization. Thank you for that. I guess that's relevant. And the AR1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable.
She stops to think. Well, that's good. I wonder where you got it.
But it's not the cheapest one on the market.
Ooh.
So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians.
I mean, I'm not actually asking for my own purposes of making a radio computer or anything, but thank you.
Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She turns back to her terminal. I don't know why you got the impression that I was planning on trying to buy one. I was just being polite and curious, I guess. Continue.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
Oh, okay, that's a good reason to do that. Sounds good. So what are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
Yes, I see that.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
It does at that, come to think on it. Her portrait does seem odd, and I'm guessing it's supposed to be displayed in... Like, you never know with people's portraits. Some of them are very abstract, but I get the impression that hers is supposed to incorporate the light from her computer. It seemed to make sense. Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
She closes her eyes. I'm being a massive distraction. I'm terribly sorry. Continue.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
I recognize that, but I also want to know everything, and now I have another option. I can either question whether or not her radio computer is made exclusively for government use, because I noticed that earlier, but I'm really curious what she's doing with... I mean, I assume that she's trying to measure something with the gulp, the swallow. The swallow, that's what she called it. I'm going to ask about it, I'm sorry.
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
And that's no problem. I just wanted to know what you're trying to measure.
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Presumably, yes. Okay, so do we question her right to have the computer in the first place? I mean, I am the police. It's going to make her mad if I do so. I can come back to it.
Great.
She dwells back into the glowing terminal, which is a weird way to put it. She dwells back into it? Okay. So what you doing here?
You really like those questions, don't you?
There's a hint of amusement in her tired eyes. I mean, it's basically what I do. Yeah, continue.
They're bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I'm a police officer. It's my job to ask questions. You're occupying a public space. I need to know what you're doing here. There have been complaints from your neighbors. I guess that's one way to word it. This is what I would... When she first said, you really like those questions, don't you? My initial reaction was, I'm a detective. That's what I do. So I guess I'm going to say that basically that.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
She says, ready to stand her ground. I wasn't trying to. Not yet, anyway. What research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Explain?
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Logic.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
Right, something that made her lose a bunch of data and made her lose her reputation type of thing. So it's a personal mission, but she's hoping it'll have greater repercussions. Continue.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal? A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly? Journal thing?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
She stares at the burnished antenna on the nearby table. Hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean?
Uh-huh.
Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
Up to now, she says, as if she has some way to measure nothing now or work around it. But anyway, there's something frantic about her as she locks her gaze with you, eyes shining like pearls. How you doing?
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer. Why are you so obsessed with finding something that does not exist? I mean, I guess I can relate to having obsessions over things that don't necessarily make practical sense, but continue.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
My logic check has failed. That's disappointing. Oh man, I could easily make that too if I was properly equipped for logic, but hold on a moment. Does it mean that we're living in a world that has holes in it? I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it. I don't know. I'm not here for some science. I just want to solve a murder so I can go home. Well, there's a hold on a moment. So let's start with that.
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it.
You measure it by its surroundings. By that which does exist.
Its effect on its surroundings.
Which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence. To find out where it begins.
She replies, all right. That seems like a logical place to start. Continue.
Hydro transducers. So that's what those water basins are. Devices for recording sound through water.
I sort of assumed that what it was. Yeah, but thank you, Encyclopedia. Yes.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at her circle of basins. It looks like some ancient ritual. Do you have any idea where the hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
She looks up, eyes trying to pierce the pitch-black heights above, but without much success. Continue.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark. Most of the tower disappearing into the shade.
Continue.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Seems that way. Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to cease. I've named it the Swallow. And the higher you go, the less you record.
Right, Crabman loves it up there. Continue.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
I mean, fair question, Kim.
Maybe. But it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
How did you get physical coordinates of data loss? How does that... How does that work? And if it is a physical location and not an architectural quirk, that does suggest that the church was built around it intentionally. Well, this is where the Crabman lives, which is relevant somehow.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here? Neither do I, but I guess we're saying it anyway.
No, I don't.
You said the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space.
Right, continue.
And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
She stops mid-sentence. Okay, all right. That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
Her hands are a whirl on the keyboard. So here's the thing. I know that the passive checks in the middle of conversations are based on your stats at the moment that the check comes up, but I've never tried to passive check one of those ambient ones that I've failed in the past. I'm guessing it's not possible, but it did tell me exactly the margin by which I failed. I don't know if that's for save scumming or if that's something where I can try and remedy the situation. So let me dig through my bags and see if I can logic myself up. Let you work in peace, but I won't actually. Let's see here. Logic clothing. Give me a moment. Logic. It's not even on here. Jacket for logic. Good. There we go, the auditor glasses. That's a +2, which is enough, but let's just make sure that I don't have anything else I can put on there just in case I need an extra bump in that direction. No, we're not doing that. We'll do the peepo, though. I'll do the peepo for the time being. We don't need perception for this conversation, I assume. Let's see. That should be everything, right? Okay, one more time.
Yes.
Hello.
What is it?
She doesn't look up from the keyboard, which is unsurprising. About the 2mm hole?
The swallow, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
What about it?
Logic. Where was that logic check? Give me a second to dig it up. I think it was in... Shoot. What does that mean exactly? I think it was part of that conversation, wasn't it?
Exactly. What do you think it is?
Easy. You measure it by the world around it.
Okay, so it's just basically whether or not I come to that particular conclusion before she tells me about it or not. You measure it by collecting data on its surroundings on that which exists.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins.
Okay, I'm guessing this conversation is now going to unite with what I've already heard, but let's go ahead and continue.
Hydro transducers.
Yes.
But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
Right, okay, well that's fine. All right, so it's just whether or not I look smart in front of her, and I didn't even get an experience for it. So I guess that's fine. Okay, cool. But good to know that passive checks like that, you can come back and you can succeed at them later, even if you failed them in the past. Good to know. All right, that's all I wanted to know.
Great. Thanks.
So how do you feel about Nordic dance music? I know you're not going to want to hear about it right now, but like, if I don't talk to you about this and then I just let the kids come in here and do their thing, it's not going to go well for anybody. How do you feel about it?
What? I hate it.
She squints her eyes. Continue?
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
I mean, that's possibly true. Have you even listened to it? Like, actually listened? What are you, 40? It's the future of dance music. Same here. It just doesn't connect here. Tap on your heart. Not like disco does anyway. Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it? Let's at least ask if she's actually listened to it.
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
She pulls a face that looks absolutely scathing. Fair, continue.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. But how do you feel about a club for Nordic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
She looks up, shaking her head. What do they want to build then? I know, a drug den, but go ahead and tell me.
Take a guess, why don't you?
I heard they're also planning on building a drug lab. A youth center would be nice. A petting zoo, a place for animals. Maybe some community space to help the elderly. I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for Nordic dance music. They said it's their dream. I wouldn't have this option if I hadn't done the detective work outside in the tent. So let's go ahead and take advantage of it. It's probably just another situation where either I can fail and she sets me straight, or I'm on the right path and she's vaguely more impressed, but it doesn't actually matter. So let's go ahead and just say it. They're planning on making a drug lab.
Bingo! That's exactly what they're up to.
She snaps her fingers. Continue.
Wonderful.
The lieutenant whispers, admiring the embellished pillars and the spectacular architecture in the church. He's not even listening. Maybe. Continue?
Now this house of worship is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents.
Oh, no, he was paying attention. He just is now making the connection. Because, of course, he didn't come into the tent with me. I understand. They're just encouraging an active youth culture here. Nothing wrong with that. Mind-altering substances are a vital part of the Nordic club scene. It helps to bring the community together. Say nothing. Both of these options are trying to convince her that it's a good idea to let them build their drug lab in here. And I'm less and less convinced that that is a good idea. Aside from which, right, even if I was to talk them down from the drug lab and just have them do the dance hall, it's got a pillar of silence in it. Like, it specifically isn't going to work so hot, right? They could probably do something to work around it, I guess, but, like, it seems... Say nothing for now.
So that's settled. Great. No nightclubs in the church then.
She supports her chin on her hand, visibly pleased. Oh, okay, so that's it. I have not convinced her. I guess that's fine. I guess that's the decision I just made, isn't it? I stopped arguing, and therefore the argument is settled. Okay. Guess I'll let you work in peace then. Finger pistols, though.
Finger pistols.
Tell me about them.
9mm.
Mm-hmm.
Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols.
9mm?
Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had, it would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a gunfight.
Presumably that is true. I wonder why my finger pistols are 9mm. I assume your fingers are bigger than 9mm across. I know it's a joke based on the bullets that you normally put in standard handguns, but like... Anyway, bonuses. +1 reaction speed. Safety's always off. Empty hand slots give suggestion +1. That's... As much as I enjoy weaving in the finger pistols, I shouldn't say that. The one time that I did finger pistols, I really enjoyed it. Then the second time it came up, it seemed grossly inappropriate, so I didn't do it. I suspect it's just going to come up more frequently in grossly inappropriate times. Reaction speed, I feel like my reaction speed is okay-ish. My motorics aren't bad. Suggestion, my suggestion is terrible. There's no getting around the fact that my suggestion is terrible, so it may be worth it to keep that around for a potential buff for certain scenarios, but like, it says empty hand slots. You probably have to leave both of them empty, right? Here, let me test that. Let me explore that particular thing. My suggestion at the moment is -2. Bonus from items, -1, +1. Okay. Let me see here. Let me see here. If I were to take just the bag out of my left hand, does that change my suggestion? No. If I take the ledger out as well... why is my brain not processing this correctly? Let me see here. Suggestion is -1. Psych base +1. Bonus from thoughts -1. But not from the empty hands thing isn't doing anything for me, it seems like. Let me go back in now that I've got the thought in my... It's genuinely not doing anything. Empty hands are doing... Wait, do I have to have the gloves off? Do I have to have the gloves off? Doesn't seem like that helped. It didn't. So, if I'm seeing this correctly, finger pistols actually do nothing? No, it's got the +1 reaction speed, but... That means I should just get rid of it, right? Because I have all these other things I want to think about. I have all these other things. Okay, all right. All right, so... Man, some of these take a long time, though. Plus, -1 rhetoric. Rambling madman. I do enjoy that concept. What is my rhetoric at right now? It's already at -1 because of bringing of the lawja. What does lawja do again? Right, I succeed all hand-eye coordination checks automatically, but my jaw's still weird. And that has come up once. I suspect it would come up more often if I had a gun, but, like, I don't. So, In any case, I get the impression that the finger pistols are a bust. As much as I enjoy the idea of Harry's finger pistols being a thing, this is not actually doing anything for me. I mean, yeah, it's the +1 reaction speed, but I just don't care that much about reaction speed. It would be, I mean, there are situations where I'd imagine it'll be good, but I've got other ways to boost my reaction speed if I need to. No, I actually don't, do I? I got rid of the bum hat. Maybe I don't. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm not particularly impressed. I don't use a lot of suggestion anyway. Wait a second. Map, tell me about suggestion. I do have an Annette check that requires suggestion. What was the deal with that? I don't remember exactly, but I also haven't boosted my suggestion in any fashion, and it hasn't been refreshed, so unless I wanted to put a skill point into it, there's really no point. Plus, like I say, from what I can tell by the numbers, it's not actually doing anything. It's not actually... The bonus from thoughts doesn't exist. So I think I get rid of it, right? I think I just get rid of it. Also, I should definitely put back on my gloves and my tools. Definitely, definitely. There we go. Okay, alright. So let's see what happened with that task, right? Where was it? Help Raver start a nightclub. Tell Andre about Suna's thoughts on the nightclub. So I'm going to be the middleman right here, huh? Suna's not... Sona, excuse me. Sona's not interested. So I can go back and talk to Andre again about it. That does seem to be the next step. Okay. Wait, was the reason you were in there debating thoughts so much is, are you going to get rid of it? You're almost to another skill point. You've got 3. It's probably fine. I wanted to see it. And it turns out I'm disappointed. So, let's just go ahead and get rid of it. You had one chance to use it in excess of where you got this thought, and you declined. Clearly it's not important to you. Just forget. Just forget. Just forget. Just forget. Forget. Okay. All right. So what are we going to do instead? Fairweather T500 seems potentially important. Cop of the Apocalypse I'm curious about, and it also seems like one I might not save, but it's also going to take 7 hours. And these two are both nearly 8 hours, and have no bonuses one way or another. Rhetoric. My rhetoric's already hurt by Lawjaw. We've been over this. I'm thinking myself in circles. I'm just going to internalize Cop of the Apocalypse and see where it goes. Off we go. Great. Now then, let's go talk to Andre, I guess. He's not going to be happy to hear it, but like... That was a given, wasn't it? Let's get out of this church. Sun's starting to go down, looks like. All right, let's go over, not this way. You gotta go around the back. Not the back, but the side. Also, this shadow on the, oh, it's just a little window, I see. I saw this right here, and I thought it was just like a shadowy figure burned into the wall. And I was like, that's ominous. Should I be concerned? Turns out, no, you're fine. LOSL, do you have anything to say about this whole nightclub in the church situation? Do you have any thoughts on that matter?
Hello again.
Nothing new anyway. That's okay. That's just fine. Okay, all right. So the Ravers. Do I need to adjust my attire before going in to talk to the Ravers? Logic... I don't know how much good logic's going to do here. Why don't we go back to... We can go back to the nerd glasses because, again, more experience, more better. Perception... Or do we... Nah, that's minus to perception. Let's go back to the Froggles. That'll be just fine. It'll be just fine. What else did I change? My jacket. It's my logic jacket. Well, what's we got that's better? Shivers is probably going to serve me better here. Visual calculus. I already solved the drug... Like, I already know it's a drug den that they want to make, so... That's not too... Don't need to work on that particularly. Pain threshold and half-light? Am I looking to threaten them? I don't know. For now, I think maybe Shivers. Just as a, standard attire. Because I don't know exactly what I'm going to need in there. I think it's fine. All right. Hello. It's me. I'm back. You're Andre, right? Oh, right. The friggin' egg maze. Oh, I do have to do the egg maze at some point. I don't know if that's a tonight task or not, but it's certainly not a right now task. Hello, Andre.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
He looks excited. The tips of his hair are sharp and white. The bleach has consumed almost all of the toothbrush on the mirror in front of him. What? The tips of his hair are sharp and white. The bleach has consumed almost all of the toothbrush on the mirror in front of him. What mirror in front of him? What mirror? Is he bleaching his hair tips in here, and he was using a toothbrush to do it, and he set the toothbrush aside, but it's been mostly burned up? Is that the idea? I don't remember seeing a mirror. In any case, about the church, I checked it out. I know Noid has his signs, but what's the deal with Egghead there? I guess we didn't have that conversation earlier, huh? Let's see what he has to say about Egghead.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies? How do you communicate with him? Oh, that makes sense. Another question then. What's a master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
A hype man. Continue.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
A bit like me? Am I a hype man? I feel like I'm not, but okay, drama, sure. How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
So you have navigated the egg maze then. Continue.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
Uh-huh. Continue.
I get it. He's a puzzle.
He does appear to be a puzzle, yes, interfacing. Thank you. About the church, I checked it out.
And?
He tenses
What
up.
happened?
I talked to the crab man. Actually, I want to talk about something else. I did talk to the crab man.
Oh man! Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual. He gave me this odd lecture on alcoholism before rambling on and on about mother's love. You were right. He's a true narcomaniac, and the way he climbs, it was terrifying. Okay, well, he did seem all right. Seemed to just want to mind his own business and didn't really care what happened below. Did definitely want other people to... Yeah, this is true. He did give me a lecture on alcoholism and rambling about mother's love. That all happened, but I'm also trying to take his odd lecture on alcoholism to heart at the moment, so that seems to be against the attitude I'm currently trying to portray. I'm gonna go ahead and say he seemed okay.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it. He clearly enjoys the physical activity. Guy climbs like a freak. There's something sinister going on under the building's roof. I think he's getting high on something. I mean, I think he's found the epicenter of the silence of the swallow, and it's doing something to his brain. Yes, but I don't. This seems like the option that you'd do if you wanted to work the angle of he's doing something sinister and therefore he needs to be stopped and therefore the nightclub should move forward. But it seems to me like he's just preaching and praying.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
The paranoid young man mumbles gruffly. Continue.
Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
Uh-huh. Continue.
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Of course he's a problem. He's a crab man. He keeps himself physically active, thinks spiritual thoughts, and doesn't drink. Who am I to evict such a person? As far as I can tell, he's not going to leave. He'll climb around up there, and guys, you'll never catch him. Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all. He did tell me that. But what side am I on right now? Do I want them to build the nightclub? I kinda don't. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of more interested in what Sona would figure out with this, investigating the swallow. And I don't think the nightclub's going to be conducive to any success on that front. Plus, again, what they really want to do is make drugs, and I'm theoretically against those at the moment. So if I say that they'll never catch him, that might be more a step in the right direction, huh?
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you?
He rubs his jaw.
Spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
You're just gonna have to live with the crab man. Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else. Which way do we want to go with this? This is true. This is certainly true. But if we're trying to convince him this is a bad idea, let's go this direction, right? Right. You're gonna have to live with the crab man.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Okay, Noid. If you're wrapping your mind around it that way, I guess that's fine.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
With a GH on the end, even. Yeah! Continue.
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I was using the mainframe when Sona, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared. That's a weird way to word it, like I'm telling a story, essentially, but that's the only way to bring it up, so yeah.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
She did not like the Nordic Dance Club idea.
What a pity. That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it at all.
He drops a hammer back into their toolbox. That is true. On both fronts. Continue.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
He sighs. Continue.
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished. That is true. That is true. What do you have to say on this, Andre?
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution. I could go for another try, bring down the hammer of the law. I don't think that that's a good idea. If I was going to evict her, why wouldn't I evict you if you tried to build a dance club in there? Unless I wanted your drugs, and I don't. I won't evict her.
Look at you, honor man.
That's me. Continue.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her.
How would that work out? Continue.
If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
Sure, continue.
The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
Continue.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
I mean, in as much as he cares to understand, I suspect you're right. Continue.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like Nordic dance music?
She absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it. Lie, she gets down. I mean, who doesn't? Just listen to that crazy pulse. Why would I lie to them? If I wanted to try and work this deal out without it ever actually working out, I guess. If I wanted to play both parties and have nobody actually succeed? She doesn't.
Egghead cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
I'm so sorry, Egghead. I didn't mean to shock you out of your trance, but do continue.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
The man nods enthusiastically, then leads in and whispers, "Perhaps if you dropped the drug lab, it might make it easier to convince her. I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her. Proceed with the quest." All right, I'll see how it goes. Proceed with the quest. Are they willing to drop the drug lab? Let's test the waters.
Oh man, but the drug lab was like an integral part of getting the club going.
He looks around the tent. Continue.
For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, imagine all the drugs we could do if we had our own drug lab.
No subtlety at all. Well, I mean, that's fair. I did bring it up. Continue.
I mean, Anodic music is great and all, but drugs, they make you feel really good. When did you last feel really, really good?
I don't have time to feel good. I'm a very busy officer of the law. Never. I've never felt good in my entire life. I have a feeling that if I say that, they're just going to try and make me take drugs. Does it matter which one of these I say? This just makes me come across as being uptight and not wanting to deal with their childish nonsense. This just makes me sound despairing. Never.
But that's exactly what drugs are for. Exactly. Time to expand your mind.
I don't have any reason to evict her if I wasn't going to evict y'all as well. So I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend.
He smiles wide, like a replica of his friend with the large head. That's it for now, then, I guess.
Goodbye, officer.
Alright, bye. Yeah, I still don't see that mirror, unless this is it right here. Could be. Could be. What is that little tube there? I don't see a toothbrush. Wait, is this the toothbrush? No. No, I don't think so. I don't know, and I don't remember from back when I inspected this place and I was able to... What? Wild, I want to see... What? What did you just say? I don't even know. I'm leaving. Bye. Kim, what do I do? Kim, what do I do? Convince Sona to cooperate with the Raiders or evict her. Those are my choices, huh? Why, though? Because I agreed to try and help them start this nightclub in the first place. I don't seem to exactly have the option of shutting the entire operation down at the moment, which I did back when I figured out about the drug lab. So, also, they didn't really answer my question as to whether they'd be willing to abandon the drug lab idea in order to make the nightclub work. They just sort of hedged around it and were like, but that's my favorite part. You know, okay, well, what if you had to get rid of it? Would you still do the nightclub? Hi, Sona. It's me again.
Yes, what is it?
What if I just forced you to leave? I'm a police officer. You'd have to do what I say. What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work. Let's try that one.
I don't want to make anything work.
She replies, her expression unchanged. Hold on. You don't want to make anything work. All right, got your message. No, hold on. What?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
She's just going to be entirely uncooperative if that's at all possible. Continue.
It's not the anodic dance music that's made her bitter. It's the failure of Fortress Accident.
Empathy check succeeded in understanding what was wrong, but now my empathy option is to bring it up. Are you bitter because your radio game project failed? Don't bring it up. Bring it up. We're bringing it up.
That's right. If we couldn't get our Welkins to happen, I don't want anything to happen. Ever again.
Oh, she actually meant it. She doesn't want anything to happen. Something strange shines in her eyes. It's not just that she wants these kids to fail. She wants everyone's efforts to fail. She's beyond bitter. Wow. I didn't realize it went so deep. Continue.
There's not a trace of irony in her voice. She means it.
Suggestion check. Suggestion check. Okay, hang on. Let you work in peace. Hang on. What do suggestion? What do I have for suggestion? Is that the... No, that's composure. Do I even have anything that does suggestion? Give me a second. Oh, there we go. Naval coat. Cool. Keep looking. That is all that I've got. That is everything that I've got. And I got rid of the finger pistol, so even if it had a hidden +1 in there that I couldn't see, it doesn't exist now. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Wow. Suggestion check. What's the thing that's beating the crud out of my suggestion? It's the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center. Right. And what's that? What does Wompty Dum do? -2 suggestion, pretentious wanker. Encyclopedia checks give me +10 experience and +2 real. And it's amazing. It's amazing, but it means my suggestion's really bad. Okay, let me just see where we're at with the code on. I'm guessing it's going to be something like 35%, right?
Yes. What is it?
42. 42. That's not impossible, and there is the possibility of spending a point on it to have it succeed if I fail. What are we at right now? We got 2 skill points left. I want to make this work. I have so much potential for suggestion, but I'm not using. Bonus from thoughts -2. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Bonus from item 0. Wait. Bonus from item 0. That means something about I've got on something that makes it worse. What is that? Right, I'll leave it work. What do I got on this damaging my suggestion? What is it? My shirt. My shirt. Okay. All right. Well, let's just throw on this one. Yeah. Who needs authority? You can't even see it under my coat anyway. It's fine. It's fine. What does that put us at?
Yes. What is it?
58. Better than even. And if I put a point into it now, that's decent odds. Suggestion 0, +1 research not going well, +1 discovered Fortress Accident, +1 discussed FA with Dice Maker. I did do that, actually. And I don't want to... There's a possibility if I fail, I might be able to threaten to force her to leave, and that may give me a bonus with the suggestion check, but it may also give me a penalty with the suggestion check. I don't know. So let's just try it for now. See what we get. Roll it up.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something. I don't know how. Oh, side note right here. Side note, sidebar. Maybe I can help with something. Here's the thing about Harry. Consider... You can start out with any sort of stats, and over the course of the game, you can spend your experience points to increase your skills in any of them, up to some pretty ridiculously high limits. This suggests from where I'm standing anyway, since, this is taking place over the course of days, maybe a couple of weeks at most. This suggests that if Harry hadn't had his giant crisis and his memory wipe, he was sort of amazing at everything. Like, he has the potential to be superhuman in every regard. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to come across at. Maybe it's just that you're specializing things and your brain is just so malleable after the accident that it can get way better than you might expect. But I get the impression that he just has the potential to be amazing at anything. It's just that he is so messed up that he can't be. I don't know. It's just a thought I was having. Anyway, can I help you with something?
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
She looks up from her work, disoriented. No, but you see, I made the check, so you have to agree. But if I couldn't help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it. It's a thought.
She thinks about it, a glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
Continue.
All right. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
The offsite copy. Is this the filament you're looking for, or the production schedule? What is an offsite copy, and why do you need it? By your own old workspace, do you mean the studio of Fortress Accident in the Doom commercial area? It's not. I know what it is, and yes, she does. But let's go ahead and just show it to her and see if that's what, see if she... Well, wait a second. If I show it to her, is she just going to take it? It's a production schedule. It wouldn't be this, because if you had sold it... No, I guess you could just sell it and screw yourself out of it. Is there... I'm worried that she's just going to take it. It is hers. That's the thing. It is hers. If she knows I have it, and she decides she doesn't want me to have it, and I'm like, is this what you need? She could just take it and be like, you know what? You don't need that 50 rail. But then again, I don't really. I've got 8490 right now because Wompty Dumpty Dom is ridiculous. Is it what you're looking for?
No. That's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. I don't need it.
She's tapping the table in a badly concealed impatience. Listen, I didn't actually access the contents. I just wanted to really hard. Continue.
In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle.
It's true.
Okay, but still.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so what's an offsite copy and why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She points to the glowing cube inside the machine. I'm pretty sure that's the one inside the ice cream maker, the one that I was worried about. If I can mentally connect that it's the one inside the ice cream maker, and I know that I need a crowbar in order to get it, and I know she has a crowbar because she used it to break into the church, maybe I can convince her to give me her crowbar. Continue.
She's making it extra simple for you.
Right, because I did ask. That's very kind of her. Continue.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
By your old workspace, you mean the Studio Fortress Accident in the Doom commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Wait, bookstore lady? You mean Plaisance? Actually, I've already been inside the Doom commercial area. And where exactly is the offsite copy? Bookstore lady. Yes, Plaisance?
That's her name, I believe.
It sure is. I've already been in there.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
Weird. I don't remember seeing it in there. And where exactly is the offsite copy? I'm pretty sure she just told me, but let's go ahead and ask anyway.
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you.
I know.
It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss.
At the moment, it doesn't.
You just need to get the offsite copy from the ice bear.
I turned it off. Is that going to be a problem? Continue.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
Right. I found a note from the ice bear fridge. It said the offsite copy had been moved to a safer place. Why can't you go and get the filament yourself? These are both options I'm going to be able to come back to. Let's ask this one, because I suspect this is going to be the important one, and we're going to do it in that order. Why can't you go get the filament yourself?
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Wait, are you part of the curse? Why does she think you're part of the curse? Are you?
Of course not.
She crosses her arms.
Anyway, I don't have my keys anymore and she won't let me in.
So why does she think you're part of the curse?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
That's a bit biased, don't you think? Yeah, people in Martinez don't really like to get with the times. Don't be too harsh. That's only because of their socio-economic situations. What if it does emit elemental evil? Narrow your eyes. Socioeconomic situation. I mean, I don't think it is entirely because of her socioeconomic situation. She's extremely superstitious. I'm not really comfortable judging the entire people of Martinez just because Plaisance is a little bit backward, though. So I'm going to say the socioeconomic situation one.
Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Reim Civic. I'm not making this up.
With Plaisance, I'm not surprised at all. Continue.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
That's fair. Continue.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic.
As far as I know, that's exactly what it is. But anyway, it says the off-site copy's been moved to a safer place.
Wait, a note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
She freezes. It said the off-site copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulislaw. I'm glad that Harry remembers, because I didn't.
Jawiza. Of course. Our
She
project
relaxes.
lead, Sulisław Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. And feature creep.
She mutters.
Valley of the Heads.
I don't know what the Valley of the Heads is, but fair enough. Continue.
Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous.
It does seem that way. She crosses her arms defiantly, by the way. Continue.
And the heads. I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them.
She stops.
Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
Continue.
Valley of 1,000 Heads. You like the sound of that.
Apparently I like the sound of that, but I can't even bring it up again. By the way, we put a dead body in that fridge. I found the ice cream maker, but I couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen. That's the important one. Let's talk about the dead body.
Wait, what? Whose dead body?
She looks up, alarmed.
You know, we don't actually have to tell the entire world about the fridge.
The lieutenant says, looking at you. I mean, I recognize that, but I had the opportunity to bring it up, so I figured I probably should. I don't know. Continue.
Whose body is it?
She demands again, staring first at you, then back at the lieutenant. It's the body of the hanged man. Don't worry, I put it there temporarily. It's all part of an official police investigation. It's the body of the hanged man.
And what is it doing in the fridge?
It's not there anymore.
It's almost as if she feels some sort of ownership of the fridge.
It does seem that way, doesn't it? Don't worry, I put it in there temporarily. It's all part of a...
You put it there? You put a dead body inside the ice bear fridge.
She leans back, massaging her eyelids. Just wanted to let you know. That's what I said in the first place. The investigation warranted it. There was a bullet in the head. The investigation warranted it. It was very important. It was very helpful.
Okay. Very cool. Thanks for keeping me in the loop.
Thanks for the 5 experience, she says, pressing fingers into her eyebrow ridge. Her own fingers, I assume. Continue.
We would appreciate it if you kept this knowledge to yourself, miss.
You're right. I probably shouldn't have brought that up, huh? We were supposed to just send the body in immediately, but there was investigation to be done. Continue.
Who would I tell? My mother? I don't have anyone to tell. And if I did, I wouldn't. I don't care.
She shakes her frizzy head. I probably lost more points with Kim just now, didn't I? Didn't even think about it. I found the ice cream maker, but I couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it?
I tried.
I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
I need a crowbar. You've got one. Give it to me.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
It's the crowbar. Give it to me. All right, I'll go look for the offsite copy. What? I already unplugged the thing. It's been unplugged for days. Do I just have to go back there and be like, I can't get it open? And then come back here again and be like, hey, listen, I can't get it open?
Thanks.
She thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar. Something she holds dear and doesn't want to hand over to you just yet. And then she just did. Fine. You know what? Great, thank you. Thank you very much. Continue.
And here's my Kvalsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Kvalsund.
Great. Thank you. Continue.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
I'm glad you told me that, Empathy, because it sounded like she was fine with it. Continue.
The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.0 for professionals like you.
Like me. All right. You can work in peace now. Let me have a look at that thing. Let me have a look at it. Tools. The Kvalsund. KR+2 multi-tool. This is an advanced prybar. A prybar +2, if you will. Built by Kvalsund in Vasa. The number of gadgets hidden within the frame of the yellow and gray multi-tool will stagger any technician. Amazing! Amazing! How big is it? Oh, it's surprisingly small. Never mind. It's that thing over there. It's enormous! I was looking at the ledger. It's gigantic. It's an enormous thing. Great. I got that. I feel pretty good about getting that, actually. That's fantastic. That's wonderful news. All right. What updated in here? All right. Help Sona with their project. Sona will cooperate with the Ravers nightclub plan if you help her out with the research project first. Find the filament memory with an off-site copy from her old workplace and bring it back to her. Then wait for further instructions. If you run into any problems, you can always ask for Sona's help. Get the ice cream maker open, find the right tool, or ask Sona for help. I already got it. I got it. She hooked me up, and I appreciate it. Look at this thing. It's longer than my arm. This is amazing. Kim, look at this thing. It's enormous. All right. We're just about at the hour mark, so we're going to leave off here, but I know exactly what I'm doing next time. We're going right back to the Doom business area, and we are getting that filament. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And we're going to probably use the radio computer over there to access things before I come back, just because I'm curious about them and would like to sell them for a lot of money if I don't need them anymore. So, that's the plan. I also, very much when this is all blown over, want to go back and solve the egg maze. I don't know if maybe that's something I should come back out and do after Kim goes to bed for the night, but I have a suspicion that you can spend potentially a lot of time in the egg maze. So I'm thinking that might be an episode all by itself unless I get really lucky. I don't know exactly how long it is, but that's on the agenda. The egg maze is gonna happen one way or another. Anyway, thank you for watching. And next time that other stuff will happen, I'll see you then.